Quit your job and follow your dreams. How often do you hear that? I used to tell it to myself a lot actually, and now I'm glad I didn't, because I finally feel free. Hi, my name is Masha. I'm a musician, composer and music producer, and I also work in a non-music industry that doesn't bring much meaning into my life. And I wanted to quit for years, but lately my perspective changed. Let me tell you how and why. It was September before my second year in college, where I studied jazz vocal performance. I loved it, but some events happened and now I had no idea how I was going to afford rent and stay at school at the same time. So I went looking for a job. Ended up going to an interview at a large company, and both interviewers loved me. So I got all confident and asked them if they would consider me part-time because I wanted to stay at school. That arrangement they didn't like. I'll have to choose, they said. Could have left it at that, but then a full lecture was given to me on the topic of passion and how a person can have only one passion in life, no more. So, music or your actual job? It felt unfair and untrue, and I cried my entire way home. And on the next day, I dropped out of college. That company didn't hire me, but eventually another one did, and I quit music for years, literally for years, until it crept back into my life, as a hobby first. Actually, I have an issue with the word hobby. It's insufficient. How can a pursuit outside one's regular occupation, engaged in especially for relaxation, describe the range of activities that people do in their free time? So when it became clear to me that I want to do music, I went to a vocal teacher and started doing vocal lessons once a week, 1 hour, and I used to say music is my hobby. But with years, it evolved into a much bigger part of my life. I now write, produce, release my own music. I also collaborate with others. And I still say music is my hobby. Can these two situations really be described with just one word, just because it's not something that I do for a living, just because it's not my primary occupation? And of course, it's not all black and white. Commitment is a scale. I also went through a scale. So on one end, we might have somebody who plays guitar, who goes to jam sessions, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, just 1 hour, just to have fun outside of work and family. And on the other side, we have somebody who is involved in 4 or 5 different projects. And they would take vacation days just to go on tour. And music is something that they would have been doing if they didn't have a more efficient way of making a living. Hobby, playing music. Just like the first guy. And somewhere in the middle, there's a thin line between professional with a hobby and musician with a day job. Where is this line? Is it about ambition, skill, fame, income, or is it something that history decides for you? Alexander Borodin is considered one of the most important figures in Russian music history, arguably world music history. But he was also a scientist, researching and teaching organic chemistry professionally. So what was music to him? His second job? His passion project? His hobby? I wonder how he felt about it. Did he ever experience identity crisis? And what exactly did he sacrifice for his music? For some people, art or music is something that they need to be doing. It cannot be a hobby. There is no option like this. For others, music can be also something that they need to be doing. However, they just happen to possess knowledge or skills that are rewarded by the modern society way more than making art. Everyone chooses their own sacrifices. Some people put everything on music. They never learn anything else. They go deep in it. And I have a lot of respect for that. These people who have a real chance of becoming great. And I also know people like this. And if you're watching this video and it's you, you're awesome. I really, really respect what you do. For a long time, I thought I might want that too. to leave what I studied, to leave my job and to go make music for a living. And if you're still watching, chances are you might have been there too. Maybe you're still there. But ask yourself this: what will you sacrifice? What are you ready to sacrifice for a life as a musician? Comfort, health, money? That might be fine, right? What about creative freedom? Because when money is involved, it's not about what you want. It's not about your creative vision. It's about what the paying party wants, be that your client, your dad, your boss, because creative jobs can also have a hierarchy. And unless you're one of the luckiest ones among us who doesn't have to care about money to stay alive, eventually you will have to do things that you don't want to do. I mean, artistically, creative things that you don't want to do. That is what having a job is. I draw the line at creative freedom. I'm too emotionally involved in my art to turn it into service. My actual job, though, not my passion. I mean, it comes close, I guess, but not enough. I guess that interviewer guy was actually right about having only one passion in life. Day job, your day job, is an exchange of goods, your time and energy for decent living conditions. Capitalism. I don't want capitalism anywhere near my music. But as long as my day job allows me creative freedom outside of those working hours, I have no debts to myself. I will use those resources well in ways that I see fit. And if it means telling people that music is my hobby, so be it. Until there is a better word. Wait, Masha, but how do you find the time and energy for music after all the work? I'm glad you asked, because I have a video just about that. Maybe go watch it next. Well, thank you for watching till the end, and see you next time.